doing all of that hard work, how valuable those clients are. Because you remember the days of, holy shit, no one wants this thing I'm selling, and I got to go knock on all these doors to find one person that wants it.
Right. Absolutely.
All right. So you transitioned from knocking doors, selling yellow pages, and then how did you get into real estate?
So, being the difference as far as with yellow pages is it's pretty capped, as far as what you could do and be successful and, overall, future monetary and all of that.
How much money you can make.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
It's funny. I have a hard time saying that because I'm not monetary driven at all.
I am.
I very much.
I love making money.
Do you?
I absolutely love making money. I think the better I am at my job, the more value I provide, the more I can connect people, the more money I'm going to make, and the more money they're going to make. And I 100% ascribe to that.
Okay. Well, and that's amazing. I'm more goal oriented and results oriented. And with that, the money comes. And I think because obviously I've done very well and made money, that's why it's not as important, because I know that the money will be there if I do all of these other things.
Right. I agree with that. And I'm the same way. I'm purpose driven as well. I want to give back. I want to build more. I want to do all those things. I want to be able to travel even more. I've been to 45 countries and more. I want my life to be as awesome as possible, and it takes money.
Right.
I'm not saying like money is more important than providing service, providing value, being honest, having integrity, relationships, any of that. I'm saying that I enjoy making money.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Sorry, go ahead. So
that's
upside,
okay.
Commission potential,
Right.
no cap.
Right. So I decided to take the real estate exam thinking like, oh, I don't know if I want to do real estate. I think you have to work a lot of weekends and nights, and I got into it, when I was really young, a couple years out of college. And so I ended up cold calling, because that's what, I knew from the yellow pages, expired listings.
Love it.
And at like 6:30 in the morning, which some people really didn't like. But if early bird catches the worm in these situations, because at the time, and I know still a lot of people do this, but it's a lot different now with social media and internet marketing. You didn't really have that, 22 years ago.
No, you had the early hours till like 10 a before they went to work, and then like 5 p when they got home from work.
Right.
And they didn't know you were calling, so you could just call them 47 times. Or something.
Right.
No,
It was. I know they had caller ID, but it was. Anyway, I had my first expired listing appointment while I was on. It was a 4.5 hour. I'll never forget it. 4.5 hour listing appointment. While I was there, 2 people knocked on the door saying, "Oh, we had an appointment," and the owner was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I think I found my agent." And long story short,
was that here in San Diego?
It was here in San Diego. And from there, I sold that property. I got 5 leads from the open houses and marketing that I did. I sold 5 buyers from that. I got 2 listing referrals, and it just took off because I actually got my license while I still had my other job, thinking like, oh, maybe I'll just do. And I got so busy and so involved and wrapped in it that I'm like, I need to do this full time. This is my calling. Okay,
a couple takeaways I'm gonna share with you guys here that I took from that. Number 1. She cut her teeth working super hard in the trenches at a very, very difficult job, which is cold calling and knocking doors. So she was conditioned already to go for it. What the goal was, work super hard, push until you get it. She also levered that position to move into another career that was better paying. She didn't just quit and jump off the edge and say, I'm going to be a real estate agent now. I don't know anything about it. I don't have any listings. I don't have any buyers. She had another job. She said, I'm going to do this on the side. She started calling and working towards that goal, met those people, had the sales skills to be able to close them, and then she cultivated that relationship. That turned into more opportunities and referrals for her. And then from there, she could continue to grow her business as a salesperson, as someone who manages, cultivates, and grows relationships. And then how did you get to where you are now as the number 1 Coldwell Banker agent in California? Every single person I've talked to and told that you were coming on the podcast was like, dude, she's a beast. How did you get from there through the years to where you are, working with very affluent people, very well connected in the city, working with the San Diego Padres, people, a place I would say as an agent, I'm not a real estate agent, don't aspire to be a real estate agent, but where there are agents that would be like, oh my God, if I could just be Melissa Tucci, all my dreams would have come true. What did it take to get there, Melissa, from the time you closed your first deal till now?
A lot of sacrifices, a lot of hard work, a lot of long days. I mean, even to this day, I mean, I really work 7 days a week. You know, I know there's a lot of agents that love going and traveling and taking 2 weeks off at a time, and that's great. For me, I get peace, I get relaxation by working. I don't know if I'm just built differently on that aspect.
Exactly the same.
Exactly. So, you know, I have a very I'm married, I have 3 daughters. You know, after I had one of my kids, I was showing houses 5 days later. I mean, I'm very A personality, very focused, and very much always there for pleasing my clients and just doing above and beyond what I could do.
Do you find that satisfaction is something that you need?
Yes.
Or something that you want?
No, it's something that I need. And that's where I always tell people, because I've had, you know, even people in my family or other agents like, you know, why don't you just, you know, go on a trip for a month, like take a break, turn off your phone, decompress.
Like, are there going to be clients there?
It's so crazy because I think it's because I've worked, you know, doing real estate going on 22 years. You know, you work so hard to build up this, you know, great, you know, client base, you know, and it's like, I can't turn it off because I don't want to let people down. And, you know, and I do have an assistant that could help, but it's just me, and it's not a big team. It's just me. And that's what I really pride myself on, is the customer service, the personalized customer service.
Did you ever reach a point to where you're like, I have too much? Because literally every single day on LinkedIn, we're going to post all Melissa's social media information in the description, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe to the podcast. I literally see you post a listing every day. There's so many, I mean, I don't even know how many agents I know, a lot. And mortgage brokers and hard money lenders, etc. Love them all, but there are so many deals that you're putting out. Did you ever reach a point where you're like, this is too much? Because you seem like to me that you're a big touch point person. I am communicating, this relationship means something to me. If you text me, I'm texting you back, etc. Did you ever reach a point where you're like, either I have to scale, I have to bring on more TCs, I may lose sort of that personal touch and bring it back? Or did you say, that's what you're doing now? Was there a point where you grew too much and brought it back? Or you're always like, you know what, I'm never going to lose that connection?
Yeah, I just keep going, honestly. And I never want to lose that connection. I never want to tell someone no. I always want to be, you know, the best resource I can be for my clients as well. And don't get me wrong. I mean, no day is perfect. Some days, you know, do I get overwhelmed? Not typically, because I'm really good at time management and multitasking. But, you know, I work a lot until midnight, 1 a.m. Do most people want to do that? No. Do I? Yes, because I like knowing I get this all done by this end of the day. So that way the next day, it's not piled up high.
Box checked.
Exactly.
These are characteristics of a very, very high performer, guys.